Good morning guys and welcome back to the channel. This is part 2 of the resin coin coaster project. The resin has been curing overnight and is now rock solid, ready to have some coins put in it. I'm doing it in layers because this resin that I'm using you can only pour in 1 centimeter layers. So first layer is going to be effectively the top of the coaster, which is facing down into the mould. Then I shall put some coins in facing whatever way I want them to then look up, but they will be looking down in the mould. Then add another layer of resin which will form the base and encapsulate the coins inside. That's the plan anyway. My only slight worry is I'm using a tin mould because I haven't got any silicone moulds. So this is, I suppose, a test in how to use resin and what the results can be like, and less about using moulds, because when I go forward to do the main project I won't be using a mould. It'll just be a work surface that will be set in and done, job done. Right, let's go and see how this is set and get the coins set out. Right, so this young kitten here has been looking after the resin all night. So that's been keeping the dust out. And here we go. So apart from the weight, you couldn't really tell there's anything in there, but I can tell you there is a surface. It's hard. I don't want to test it and put a dent in it or anything. There is some concern that there's a little deformation in the tin already, so I'm not sure how smooth that surface will be. Probably more see it there. But I suppose worst come to worst, apparently you can sand resin down, although I don't know how much effort I want to go to with this sort of thing. Right, let's get some coins and have a little play about positioning. Right, so I've laid out some pre-decimals here. I'm looking at the Lizzie Rain. So we've got Lizzie Penny profile, Lizzie Penny reverse, Lizzie halfpenny and reverse, and a sixpence as well, little tanner in there. So yeah, that's what I'm going to go for. Quite basic. Coins aren't worth anything, so if it's a waste, I shan't shed too many tears. Right, let's turn this over and get them put in. So here we go. So whatever I do needs to be the reverse. So this I want facing upwards. As you can see, this is one of the Australian pennies, Yvonne. Just to compare, so you know it's a penny. 1 penny. I know it looks smaller on camera, but I'm going to stick Australia one in there. So let's start at the top. Yeah, you can hear that. That resin is set solid, or gone off I should say. Next I want that facing up, so we'll face it down. There's a bit of sort of friction on it. I don't think it's sticky. Okay, so Lizzie Ship Penny, that was facing face up, and then Ship Penny, we've got 1963 facing down. Right, and sixpence, that was facing 2 here, which is the better one. Well, that's got a dink out of it there. Still shiny that side. Right, let's put that side up. The date's going to be at the bottom. So is that in line with our head then? Yeah, okay, so we can use the head as a reference. That one there. Yeah, not too bad. I think that'll do. Now it's time to mix up some resin. Right, gonna have to be gentle. I don't want to move the coins or create too many bubbles. Hope there's enough resin to cover them. My maths are right, it should be, but Don't need to be very deeply covered. Yeah, seems to be, gosh, just about right, eh? Right, that's all the coins covered then. Anything else is just extra depth and weight. Okay, that is lovely. Now, for this part, as you saw in the first video, it gets rid of the bubbles, surprisingly. If you can see that, all those bubbles at the front there, they all just start to go. Magic. Another thing I forgot to mention yesterday is that it takes heat to cure resin, so don't put it in a cold room. I'm going to leave mine above a little radiator in this room. Hopefully this will be all cured by this evening. Right, let's have a look and see if we've got any bubbles in there. No, it's looking good. Oh, move the camera right. Yeah, I think on the whole that's looking great. Really happy with that pour. Fantastic. Right, time to cover it over and let it cure. Well, here we are 24 hours later. We've got completely gone off resin, or cured, set, whatever you want to say. Coins look like they've moved a little bit, but not too much. So on the whole I'm happy with that, and they look super clear and I can't really see any bubbles. So the challenge really is how we're going to get them out of there now. This is the difficulty, guys, because I've not used a silicone mould, haven't had one, my first attempt at this sort of thing. Is it just going to pop out because there's a bit of flexibility in the tin, or am I going to have to cut down the side of it or something? Right, well, let's have a go. Let's hope it doesn't break. I'm going to try pushing like a cake tin. Nope, that feels pretty solid. Oh dear, this could be the first hurdle and the first lesson for anyone doing this. Get silicone moulds. Yep, that's looking pretty rock. Looks like I'm going to be cutting this bad boy out then. Right, so massive lesson learned about what you stick resin into. If you're going to make a tabletop or something like that, then, you know, you're setting it forever, that's fine. But yeah, if you want to actually physically get your item out of the mould, you need something a little bit easier to get out of. But as I say, this was more of a test of how to use the resin and mix it, and you know what it comes out like. So if I get a coaster out of this, that's a bonus. What I've got then, a bit hardcore, got a rotary tool with a grinder there. I'm hoping I'll just zip down the side and peel it open. And fingers crossed we'll end up with a coaster at the end. Might need to do a bit of sanding. Let's see what happens. Still seems very solid. Yeah, it's not doing a lot for the look of the item either, so at this point I'm feeling it's going to be a miracle if I get this out of here in one piece. Right, just had a pull at it with the pliers here, and it does actually appear to be coming away from my terrible mould, so there is hope, if you can see that. Well, there we go. Released from the mould, and as we can see, there's some colour in there from the mould. A few deformations around the bottom of the mould, but that's the tin bit where I've done a bit of a scratch there. So, and a lip. I don't mind the lip, but yeah, that's really good. I'm happy with that because it's solid as a rock and it's see-through, so it's just time to sand and polish it really and get it looking like the finished piece. Yeah, I'm liking the look at this. Right, so now I'm in two minds about this because I'm thinking actually that could be a good top surface. Yeah, there's some residue there I need to clean off, but that could be the polished top surface, and actually I could continue to sand and frost this area up, which could be quite cool. So I'll just see if I can clean this area up first and try and make best of what's going on here. Obviously I've put this little cut in here, which is my over exuberance with the saw, but I reckon I can still sand that and get that reduced. Right, let's get polishing. Yeah, don't know what to say at the moment, guys. This seems to be having some rough bits on the surface which weren't there before, so I don't know if that's by squeezing, but this was very set, so I don't really understand that. Bit odd. Maybe I'll try running the flame over that. Worked when it was fluid. Okay, so I've had a fairly good polish at the front surface there. I haven't removed all of whatever's happened there. I really don't know what has happened there, and I've sanded around and smoothed all the back areas, but I could spend ages polishing that down to get it clear. But I've had another idea. What I'm going to do is, using some white spray paint there, I'm going to spray paint the back of it, and then that'll really make the coins stand out inside there and make it look a bit more uniform. So yeah, it's all about learning how to work with resin at the moment, and I'm finding it's alright. I've still got a bit of a groove there. Didn't really want to sand it too much because it would create a flat edge, but yeah, my biggest learning is mould. Get a silicone mould. All of these hassles would have been stopped by using the right mould, but hey, I'm finding out, aren't I? Right, let's get this painted. Well guys, I'm all done with this project for today. My word, did I learn a lot. Obviously finished product, yeah, I'm overall pretty happy with it. It's not too bad. The white spray paint has helped cover up all of those issues, as it were, around the base of the unit. The overriding learning point is that get your mould right. I had it in my head, I'm practicing with resin to make a solid worktop. I'm not going to be popping that out of a mould, so I'm not massively interested in moulds, to be honest. So learning the right pouring amounts, how to use the flame across the top to get rid of the bubbles, that was all really helpful. And actually what this has shown is that actually with some silicone moulds, it's actually a really simple process, and it will just pop out and be great from the get-go. I've done so much sanding and polishing to get this back to a usable product, and it just wouldn't have had to have done that with a silicone mould. Anyway, I hope that's given you some helpful ideas and some advice, and you don't make the same mistakes as me if you're going to make a coaster. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully we'll be out detecting soon and I can stop having to do all of these silly little idea videos. I don't think they're silly, actually. I enjoy doing them, but the community itself, maybe not. But there we go. Thanks for watching, guys. See you later.